Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zigalazi to see you again, and welcome to the episode 2. And here's the next show that we're gonna talk about. The next hood that we're gonna talk about in this shit, it's gonna be called BPN. Well, BPN stands for like Brownpride Nortenos. We don't give a fuck about that, right? Right. So, however, they've been started since like 1968. That's before BLS. That started that year too. I'm like, seriously, I'm like, where's this headed connection from? I'm like, from Royale was formed in 1976 as well. And then you got, BSL got in danger for 1976. BSL was all like Westwood. Nothing was though. You know what I mean? It was crazy when back in those days, when you see all the first to fourth generation members there, they put everything in danger. It's all about the KKK. But I'm not talking something that's racist. But I'm not racist. But this is the signature that Nortenos, they're giving racist here in Napa. And put in those tags that says KKK X4. That was so like a long time ago. Cane, carne, quesadilla. Those are the founding members of the family of the Norteño sides. They live in East Napa for a while. They used to live out the block where the street in Monticello is. That's where Kane lives. Kane lives in Monticello for a long time, since '68. He used to walk over the streets and drive over the streets to put everyone in danger. He was the owner of the hood of the Norteño before he died in 2000. But he was born in 1957. He was a goddamn child. He's not really adult. You know? He's not adulthood. He's such a damn child. You know? I used to know these people when I was born there. He's almost like the stupid type we saw that this fucking low rider for a long time when I was in my age. You know what I mean? I saw his fucking low rider when I was in 2nd Street. You know? I used to walk around neighbors. Later, I just walk around and then run away and then hide it for the bushes. And the leaves too for somewhere in the house. Pretty crazy, right? You know, that's my history at that time when I saw K. And I was scared from it. Because I feel scared when I come out. But I was not being autistic. I was being scared. By some point, like the guy named Kane and the Norteños. I was scared of the hood. You know, I'm not being autistic. I'm trying to help you guys. You know? But there is no such thing with people in the hood. They're explaining about this in those first generation members. Yeah, so they formed in 1968 and into the 80s. And then second generation hood, they got Pippa's dad and German's dad, and then German's friend's dad was like the big leader of the Norteños at that time. Got everyone else in danger too. You know what I mean? This is what happens when people, they shouldn't just mind their own business. When people get caught up in the act. You know what I mean? And this is what happens when people are there trying to take a restraint for orders from everybody else's shit. Sorry, my eyes are acting weird. It's been a while when I keep my eyes open the whole time, you know? But, however, it's been something else when it comes out to for every hood when they start a BPN. You know? Every year at BPN, they're just always the big tags, and then just do what are they, drugs and alcohol. You know? And plus rape, and then different species they can put trafficking and shit, you know? That's Kane and the others. you know? And shooting can be causes of that shit too, you know? They got everyone in danger because people like KKK should have been took this away from pain. And yes, Diego Morales and Manny Lopez, they're also Norteños and the third generation members at that time, since the 90s to 2005. Those are the members, they were been started at that time when the hoods that they've been complicated at that time after King passed away by the Pedro Fernandez. He was the main leader at the Sureño of the BLS, but he was a really good guy. And then he got deported because of Kane. You know, because Kane, he's a big leader who becomes a citizen. And he owes this shit for money. He owes this shit for not being common adulthood. He's a fucking child at that time. You know, so does Manny Lopez too. Manny Lopez, he's not adulthood. He's a fucking child too. You know what I mean? BPNs are like buses, chapetes, El Juego, El Helga, Mouse. You know, BPN are such a like norteño rats. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They just don't give a shit who they're talking to. And now the fourth generation, we got Diego Vila and Sammy and the others. And the four lead members, they was in around 2006 to 2016. They were that time too. Russell at that time, when the fifth generation was around 2017 to the present. That's where were all those members in the hood. They were just sticking it in the good way. You know what I mean? All this because these hoods, they cannot come clean yet. You know? They have to fix it after they rape something else. Like Sammy. Sammy got no respect for me. Because you know why? Because I have a daughter. But let me explain why it happened. I have no faith against this guy. But this guy is scared about me because I have lots of deputies I can against this guy. You know? I have lots of things that we can struggle. And I have lots of things they can strangle him. Or put it in the rival zone. You know what I mean? I have a good ways to jump up the hood. You know what I mean? But you cannot see me again. If you can't see me again, you can't see me now. This is what happens when every generation's in the hood. They just like to toss some shit. Whoever people who started in the hood in Napa is Kane. Or in the other big leaders in Norteños. They're bored at that time too. Since 68. Because people in Los Angeles, Vallejo, and then every cities of the Norteño sides in California, they're in danger. You know? Can't believe that. Can't believe Napa usually started at the time since 68. That was the worst cause ever because, in the worst case scenario, because we've been in concrete jungle for a long time in Napa for years and then that run. And that wasn't really a good city at that time when King usually started violence on like every buildings. And that's not okay. You know? We've seen this for a long time. Since when I come arrived to Napa. And Kane is the one and only enemy who was there at the time. Sammy hasn't died yet. Diego Vila hasn't died yet. But guys from the BLS and the others control them. You know? I don't give a fuck. You know? Make sure Sammy doesn't get the butts up out there. But if they do, strangle him. I don't care about that, you know? Especially he has armor too, which is Sammy, so I don't care about that. So it's going to be a good faith if we have a good chance to get deeper on those hoes, you know? Because I don't give a fuck, there's every hood. They like to say some shit they do what they have to do. You know what I mean? And plus, hopefully they have to learn a lesson about whatever they're going to have to do with it in Napa. Because you can't represent BPN in Napa. You know why? It's a scary-ass hood. They could put everyone in danger. They could put all the Mexicans in danger. And then they'll snap that shit up like Sammy. Because Sammy, he's the owner of the BPN. And he can't stop for listening for every people what they have in the hood. He can't stop it. You know what, Sammy? If you're the one that's going to get hunted up in the hood, you will get killed. And I will kill you, motherfucker. Don't make me jump you. Because I will jump your ass. If I see you in the streets, if I see you somewhere, better watch out. I will come to kick your ass. Nigga. You fucking buster. I will scrap you. I will toss your ass in the backyard. And you will never see your girlfriend again. And your wife. Do you know why? Your wife has only one daughter. But at least you got a son. Just joking. I know you got a son, but you cut me off on the limit because you're gonna way too far from sex, and then after that, you're gonna have to save your shit up and earn the money from between you and Alma. You know what I mean? Because you gotta make sure you have to clean your ass, or else I will kill you if you don't do it. Alright? I'm watching you. Because some of the members already killed the KKK. Some of the members already killed the Nortenos because they're the ones that started here in Napa in the first place. Once we were done in the hood, we're going to retire. And you're never going to see all the Nortenos allowed in Napa. Because Universal Security is coming. And they're going to come to the PSAs. They'll come to us. But that isn't about you. You're going to have to change what you did this time. So, be on it, fat boy. All right. That's all, folks. So, this is Zika Lazarus. Peace.